automatically go to round 2, all roads ending in Doha, Qatar 2027 for the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Well, a sight to see the magnificent Lithuanian basketball fans making the journey to the beautiful island of this amazing country, Iceland. And many have made that journey indeed. I mean, basketball, it's a way of life. It's definitely a religion in the beautiful country of Lithuania. And look at that. I mean, we're live here in Reykjavik at the Luhadashot Arena that does hold 2,500 spectators. But half the arena is green, half the arena is indeed blue. Well, it's a very exciting lineup that Lithuania has indeed brought here to window two. I mean, you've got so many greats. Marek Blažević, one of the leading players inside the paint in the Turkish Basketball Super League. We also saw Margiris Normantis, who has been a regular feature now playing in the Spanish ACB. Well, some legends, a Mantis Benches, as well as Vaidas Karinauskas. Matas Jogola was the last player to come up, along with Kristupas Žemaitis. Well, there is the man indeed, Ignas Sargionis, who became a worldwide phenomenon after hitting those final 3 three-pointers to lead Lithuania, avoiding the upset defeat against Great Britain in East London at the Copper Box. But even with this Lithuanian team, you got to think there's so much talent. Well, the Lithuanians, the best they ever did in the FIBA Basketball World Cup was back in 2010, winning the bronze medal. While Iceland, if you want to go back to 2023 in Tbilisi, Georgia, when it was one three-pointer by Elvar Fredriksson that could have sent them to the first ever FIBA Basketball World Cup. Well, they had some exciting games at the Eurobasket this past summer in Katowice, Poland. There's A.R. Stanison along with Hilmar Henningsen. And it's very much the same team that head coach Craig Peterson's put on the lineup here tonight. Familiar faces now, Elvar Fredriksson. Now, he's only one of 3 players in the history of the Basketball Champions League to ever record a triple-double when he did play for PAOK Thessaloniki back in 2023. But you can see some of his teammates, Kari Jonsson, Olafur Olafsson, along with Kristen Paulson. All these players did feature at the Eurobasket with a few exceptions, but it's all about the big fella, Tryggvi Hlynnesson. You'll see him come out very soon, but he stands at 7'3". We like to call him the big snowman, because when he was a kid, he had to take a snowmobile to get from his house in Iceland all the way to basketball practice. But you gotta love the basketball tradition with these Icelandic fans. Well, fans, indeed, it's that part of the evening, the best part indeed, where we get to embrace the international culture as we'll pay respect and homage and stand for the national anthems. And that is the beauty of international basketball. We're live here in Reykjavik, Iceland, excuse me. Of course, the national anthems, Tautishka Giesme of Lithuania and Lofsungor of Iceland. As now the players and coaches will shake hands with each other. Game day 3, window number 2 of the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup Qualifiers. But now indeed we'll introduce 4 very important people for tonight's game, and 3 of them are standing there. We have Boris Krejci from Slovenia, Yene Yilmaz from Turkey, and Alberto Sanchez from Spain. The commissioner and technical delegate for tonight is Mr. Adam Grechlo. Well, you've seen our referees at Eurobaskets, Basketball World Cups, and even the Basketball Olympics. And they'll continue to do a magnificent job here tonight between Iceland and Lithuania. We'll take a look at the starting lineups, and we will begin with the Lithuanians. So they'll go with Ignas Bradzekas along with Azoras Tubelis, Martynas Gebin along with Vaidas Karinelskas, who probably will be their primary point guard, with Ignas Sargionis, who will definitely be a three-point threat. Margiris Mantis will be a point guard coming off the bench. Marek Blažević will be a big man inside, but Mantis benches one of the veterans, and there is one of the legends of Lithuanian basketball, Rimas Kurtinaitis. Just spent this past season coaching BC Saba from Azerbaijan in the Basketball Champions League, but you know, I don't know where to begin in his resume. He is one of the world greats of European hoops. Well, Craig Peterson tonight will begin with A.R. Standerson in the backcourt along with Jon Axel Gudmundsson. Elvar Fredriksson will probably be one of their go-to players along with Hacker Paulsen, and the big beast, the big snowman, Trygve Hlinason. Of course, was outstanding for them at the FIBA Eurobasket this past summer. Well, it does leave the likes of Kils Johnson coming off the bench, and there is head coach Craig Peterson. Kils, he began his playing career back in the early 90s when he was a pro in Denmark, because he was the former Danish national team coach for 5 seasons from 2004 to 2009. But as of 2014, he's been with the Icelandic national team. Well, for Lithuania, basketball is a way of life, as I mentioned. The expectations not only just to qualify for the World Cup, but to get there and to make business. Just going back to Manila when they defeated the United States of America, and many would have thought that they would go on to potentially make it to the semifinals, but it just wasn't meant to be for the Lithuanians. Because since its inception, Lithuania has played in 6 FIBA Basketball World Cups, and our official sponsor, the Tissot Countdown to Tip-Off, is underway. And a big shout out and thank you to Tissot for a magnificent collaboration and partnership with FIBA International Basketball for many decades. Lithuania, 3-time FIBA Eurobasket champions. But the best they've ever done. Remember, they've won the bronze medal 3 times in the Olympics as well.
All right, so there's that mismatch. And then we look to run 3, right? To get the open side, and then Iyer, you guys are going to spread out, so it's Elvar and Trygve on one side, right?
Well, the other game going on as we speak in Newcastle in the northeast of England and Tyneside at the Virtu Arena. Great Britain hosting Italy. All teams in Group D 1-1. I mean, you couldn't write a more exciting, exhilarating story, but somebody in this group is going to have to come forth. It won't be decided here in window 2. It could be decided definitely, well, definitely will be for sure, in window number 3. Well, no Martin Hermansen, currently playing for Alba Berlin in the Easy Credit Bundesliga and in the Basketball Champions League, now in the round of 16, but that's quite a monumental loss for Iceland. So a lot is going to be heavily relied on the big fella, Trygve Hlinason. Well, Lithuania would love to relive the glories of 2010, because they probably felt that they should have got to the final had it not been meeting the United States and won Kevin Durant back on the 11th of September. But of course they went into the 3rd place game defeating Serbia, but that is a long time ago. Welcome everybody, live here in Reykjavik, Iceland. It's Iceland versus Lithuania, game day 3, Group D of the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. We're underway. Lithuania will have first possession, because you can't say that Iceland necessarily have the home court advantage. I mean, well, listen, early rejection, that's one category in the statisticals. And of course, their fans, as passionate as the Lithuanian fans. History a little bit different between the two countries in terms of the game of basketball. Stenison made that penetration now. Well, nice dive, finds Henderson. Off balance, but he draws a foul. What a tough pass by Stenison. Well, look at that dive. I mean, no look. Marcus Gevins didn't see that one coming. Well, in the first window, he averaged 16.5 points, had 16 against Italy. Didn't get a double-double in either game as he had 7 boards in both of them. But in the defeat against Great Britain, because he was 17-7. Because he went to the free throw line 19 attempts in the first window, only missing 4. So he makes the second one. Iceland have never, ever defeated Lithuania in an international FIBA competition, whether it's the qualifiers or Eurobasket. They've never been to a Basketball World Cup. Well, second turnover here for Lithuania. Iceland looking to run here, because they are a volume three-point shooting team, but they always take good shots on the perimeter. That's a pump fake. Fredriksson, one-legged fadeaway, can't get it. That's going to be another foul. Lithuania already in trouble, because that's going to be a second foul against Martinas Gebin. Size does matter, so he'll have to go to the bench. But I would imagine, yeah, Marek Blažević is going to sub into the lineup, so this might be a better matchup. Well, there's a curl screen, comes up mid-range, beautifully tucked away. Elvar Fredriksson, a family legacy in Icelandic basketball. That's his first field goal. Lithuania trying to go to a paint entry, but that's going to be a kickball violation against Elvar Fredriksson. Baseline play coming up to Lithuanians. Well, there's that curl screen action from Elvar Fredriksson. Interesting shooting technique he has. Lithuanian fans, hear their cries. Cleveson, big time block. Well, the paint is his domain. Elvar Fredriksson with a spin out. Gets the paint protection here. Fredriksson trying to go for the Rajon Rondo pass, but the kick out for 3. It's up and beautifully iced away by Paulsen. Great stop for Iceland. And Rimas Kortinaitis is already going to call timeout. They got a problem. They can't get any points in the paint with Tryggvi Hlynnesson. Well, we'll head down to Lithuania's bench to find out what Coach Kortinaitis, but already the Icelandic fans, well, they are loving the occasion.
Dabar 5 į viršų, Gimesai, 5 iš šono. 5 stato ketvirtam, ketvirtas priima kamuolį. Kas iškirta, kas nueina, pavaro, Gadomas ant savo drago ateina. Nu, jo, tas išeina ir tada 5, ketvirtas nuveda, 5 ateina ir eina tavo drago.
Well, Lithuania's backcourt does a good job of getting into the paint. The problem is, it's the big fella inside, but there's a look at the three-pointer, and already 2 blocks for Tryggvi Hlynnesson. Because that's the thing about this Icelandic defense, which we did see at the Eurobasket. I mean, you know, it's not too often Iceland, even though they've never won a game at a Eurobasket, they didn't get blown out too badly in any games. Every game was very competitive. But for them, they've never been to a FIBA Basketball World Cup. Great stop for them. 8:24 to go here in the first quarter. Kari Nelskis playing point guard duties. Just being heavily defended by Elvar Fredriksson. Both players have played for Rytas Vilnius. Inside the paint, second chance points, can't get it. Still scoreless here for Lithuania, first 2 minutes. Fredriksson goes to the ground. Stenison getting that high screen from Hlynnesson. Tries a lob to the big fella. Good defense by Ignas Jonas. Paulsen made his last 3. Quick one, buries it. Well, Sargionis elected to let it go out of bounds, and in the end paid the price. Lithuania's got to find some calm play here in their offense. Mismatch again, and finally getting 2 points to drop. Great post up. Well, as well as Tubelis, just identifying that mismatch at the low block. Fredriksson just trying to again work here with Linusson. They want to go to the big fella. It's good defense here by Lithuania. Iceland's got to shoot something. That's going to be a 24-second violation. Great defense from Lithuania. And you know what? You've got to credit as well as Tubelis, forcing the big fella Linusson to the perimeter. It was the save. Well, did that touch the baseline? The chance of Lietuva from the Lithuanian fans. Sargionis gets a back screen and comfortably gets a bucket inside the paints. Goes out of bounds, but that's going to remain possession to Iceland. Great mark there from Sargionis. Over 3 minutes played here in the first quarter. Stanison. Iceland's going to comfortably, patiently pass the ball around. Inside of Linusson. Turns around, jump hook, and gets it to rattle in. But he's come a long way in his career. The years at Cathedral and Zaragoza, and really has solidified himself into a paint threat. Not just a big fella, not just a paint defender. Stanison denying Sargionis. Another penetration here. Time's winding down for Lithuanians. Another rebound collected by Paulsen, and a foul is going to be picked up by Azuolas Tubelis. Oh, Azuolas Tubelis. Bit of a frustration play there, just reached in, but simple foul for me, not too much in that. Iceland having led by as many as 9 points. Fredriksson finds a bit of time, space, another one. Wow, confidence early on here for Elvar Fredriksson, extending it to a 10-point lead for Iceland. Could be a problem for Lithuania if he catches fire. The foul is going to be called on the ground against Henningsen. Now, if you're Lithuania, you want to try to draw Linusson away from the paint as much as possible, because, I mean, he's the only threat defensively that's going to protect the key. Minus Karinelskis going to the bench. It's Kristupas Žemaitis into the lineup. Fouls on Goodmanson. That's his first personal foul. Magirs Nomatis also in the lineup. Final seconds winding down. Double team comes. Step through, and a great play by Marek Blažević. Many times we've seen him have those kind of moves for Tofaş Bursa in both the BSL and BCL. Still an 8-point cushion. Stanison. Iceland's offense a little bit static, but can Magirs Nomatis keep Elvar Fredriksson in front of him? Former teammates of Rita step back. Well, they played together back in 22-23 in Vilnius. Tubelis, well, gets blocked by the backboard. Well, Azuolas Tubelis. You can see as Kortinaitis not too reactive on that one, but probably felt Azuolas Tubelis could have done better. Zagas inbounds this one. Žemaitis, quick look, buries it. And that gets the Lithuanian fans into it. Looking down Lithuania's second three-pointer. 7 attempts so far from the visitors from the perimeter. Jan Axel Goodmanson trying to work with Peterson. Finds a bit of an opening. That's good defense, and Brad Zagas takes it from him. Now wants to run, but a foul is going to be committed by Thor Benyasin. Brazdeikis, quite a big guy. And the good thing for him is he's probably going to be one of Lithuania's backcourt defenders that's going to be able to keep players like Jan-Axel Gudmundsson and A.S. Stanison in front of him. Žemaitis now primary ball handler here for the Lithuanians. Brazdeikis goes back door. Blažević. Pump fakes. Now they got Linusson away from the bucket. But it's a turnover. Well, can they run here? Transition play. Makes the time, but probably should have gone up with it. And that's going to be a turnover. But credit the hustle, the transition defense from the Lithuanians, putting Thorben Yasin under pressure. And it was Ažuolis Tubelis. And he did well to avoid picking up a foul as well. Jan-Axel Gudmundsson will go to the bench. So checking into the game is Olafur Olafsson. Tubelis wants to back down. That foul's going to be called on the ground. That's only going to be the second team foul against Iceland with just under 4 minutes to go. It's not the way you want to start a game when you just subbed in from the bench. Matis finds Tubelis. Again, they want to go to the big fella. Quick turnaround. Again, sweet post move by Ažuolis Tubelis. Well, that indeed is his second field goal this evening. Cutting it down to a 3-point deficit. Iceland have led by as many as 10, but it's been a 7-0 run from Lithuania. Yasin putting on the magic. Are you kidding me? What a play by Thorben Yasin. That's what you're going to see tonight from Iceland. A lot of creativity as Marek Blažević comfortably working with Blažević. Well, Brazdeikis, excuse me. So now it's back and forth between these two teams. Well, there's a kick out. They get another wide open look. The three is up, and Iceland right now coming out like a house on fire. Indeed. Make that three-pointer number 4. They've only missed one tonight. 6-point lead as Margiris Matis finds Tubelis. He'll fire a 3. Doesn't get the lucky drop. Linusson comes up with it. Iceland want to run. Elvar Fredriksson goes in, little teardrop, but again, just cannot finish. Lithuania have numbers here. But Brazdeikis not going to take on Linusson, but he'll bring him away from the paint. Margiris Matis is wide open. Brazdeikis comes up with it. Matis is still wide open, but it doesn't matter as Brazdeikis is able to drill that one down. First field goal tonight for Ignas Brazdeikis. Still a 2-possession lead currently to Iceland. Thorben Yasin out of control, but he draws a foul against Marek Blažević. And that's going to be 2 free throws. Blažević quite perplexed with the decision, but nonetheless 2 free throws here for Iceland. Second trip to the free throw line, as it is Thorben Yasin currently at the charity stripe, because making his debut here at the 2027 Basketball World Cup Qualifiers, because he stands at 198 centimeters. Well, like many of his teammates, went through the NCAA route where he played at the University of Nebraska for 4 seasons from 2017 to 2021. Putting it back to a 6-point lead. The atmosphere is simply electrifying tonight here in Reykjavik. Well, Stavicius into the lineup now. Big Matis is one of the young prospects that the Lithuanian national team are hoping to continue his blossoming. Margiris Matis down low to Blažević. Blažević bumps, he draws another foul, and that's gonna be number 2 against Olafur Olafsson. Try to keep you updated with how the game is going on between Great Britain and Italy. Currently the Italians near to the end of the first quarter, lead by 11. Everybody in Group D 1-1. don't think anybody expected that after window one as Margiris Nomadis puts up a three. That's not going to go. Lithuania come up with an offensive board. Another three, tucks it away. Again, if you give up second chance points, Lithuania will take it to the perimeter. Iceland try another one and make that 5 3-pointers for the Icelandic players. Well, they just continue to shine from downtown. 5 out of 6. It's back and forth. Normatis getting the switch on defense. Blažević kicks out. St. Man's benches. Bit of a bump there. Well, Margiris Nomadis wide open, uncontested. And again, you're witnessing greatness from downtown. What a game we have tonight. Both Iceland and Lithuania cooking it up. Lithuania 3 out of 5 from the three-point line. That could be a potential 2 for 1 for the Lithuanians. Bit of ghost action here with Paulsen. Oh, puts up a tough contested one. That's way off the mark. But the one positive note here for Iceland is there is actually going to be 6.3 seconds difference between both game and shot clock. And you don't leave Margiris Nomadis wide open. Now playing in the ACB for Sunne Bilbao. Question tonight for Iceland. How long does Tryggvi Hlynurson stay on the floor? Because you cannot afford to take him off. Lithuania can't cut it down to 1 point. They can level things up if they make a 4th three-point field goal. There's that pick and roll sequence. Oh, they turn it over. No, it's going to be a kickball violation. So the shot clock will be turned off. And Lithuania can indeed have the final play. Oh, was it Tryggvi Hlynurson that was called for the kickball? Let's have a look. Well, he would make a hell of a goalkeeper in the game of football. But Iceland need him as a star center to try and get them to the World Cup. That's a penetration out of control, nowhere to go. Good defense. They come up with it. Ripstavičius not going to get it. And we'll head into the second quarter with Iceland leading by 3 here in Group D of the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup Qualifiers. Well, Iceland right now shooting the ball very well from downtown, as they did against Italy in their historic win on the road. So run down some of the best stats and then we'll look back at the best highlights. But Lithuania so far better in the paint, 8-4 in favor of them. They also have 6 second chance points. Neither team anything in transition. Well, we'll take a look at some of the top highlights. Elvar Fredriksson getting things going for the home team early on. Elvar Fredriksson, the second leading scorer right behind both Christian Paulsen and Olafur Olafsson. Both those two players do have 2 3-point field goals each. Well, there was one of them from Christian Paulsen. And once Marek Blažević came into the game, good vision by the big fella, getting the identifying move from Ignas Sargionis off the back screen. And there was the first 3 for Elvar Fredriksson. He's very accustomed to many of these Lithuanian players when he played for Rytas Vilnius. But of course, Lithuania had some good comfortable looks, and there was Marek Blažević yet again. Well, 2 threes have been knocked down by Kristupas Žemaitis. There was Olafsson. Like Christian Paulsen, he's knocked down 2 as well. But Žemaitis with his second one, he hasn't missed one yet. Well, welcome back everybody live here in Reykjavik, Iceland. We'll take a look at some of the key stats. 8 3-point field goals have been made in total. Lithuania yet to get to the free throw line, but they do have 6 field goals from inside the rainbow. Of course, 8 points inside the paint in total for the Lithuanians. And fans, use that QR code where you can watch all the best live streams, schedules, and scores of international basketball on Courtside 1891. Courtside 1891, the home of international hoops. Use that QR code and download it today. Iceland just making one slight change as Styrmir Thrastason coming into the lineup. Leading by 3 points. And Axel Gudmundsson trying to find Hlynurson. Good defense by Lithuania, forcing the turnover. The foul is going to be committed on the ground. That's against A.S. Stanison. Well, quite interesting considering how quick these two teams like to play the tempo. Neither have any transition buckets. But surely that's about to change as soon as the game opens up in the open court. Standison with his first foul. Nice take to the buckets. He cuts it down. 2 1 point ball game. Mantas Ripstavicius, the young fella. Standison has to kick out. Iceland going for 6-3. Cleveson battles for it. Lithuania can't take the lead. Longiris no Mantas finds Žemaitis off balance, and he hits his third three-pointer. Well, you don't leave him wide open. Iceland haven't learned their lessons from the first quarter. Still, they want to work these ball screens. Again, the suffocating paint protection. Only just coming back into the game is Martinez Gebin. Guess he picked up a second personal foul, which then saw Marek Blažević hit. Bedges, one extra pass. 3 in the corner, Ripstavicius doesn't get it. As Iceland just able to come up with the rebound. A foul now. I don't know who the foul's gonna be called. Is that on Ripstavicius? Or is that on Bedges? When Standison gets caught between both of them. I think it's on Ripstavicius. Žemaitis. Lord said 3 out of 3 from downtown. Fredriksson had a good look at the perimeter, but he's going to turn it over. Ignas Sadagionis comes up with it, and he'll throw it down with 2 hands. And just listen to the Lithuanian basketball fans. They appreciate the defense, but they love the conversion of turnovers into fast break points. Paulson's made 2 threes. Hasn't made a third one. Momentum definitely shifting in this game. Žemaitis has 3 threes. Nice little dime. Finds Gebin, and now extending it to a 6-point lead. And Craig Peterson has to call timeout as Lithuania, they are on a run, a wave of momentum. Well, no panic in the Icelandic camp, but they definitely need to call this timeout because they've got to calm down the momentum. Use that QR code to download courtside 1891. Get all the best live stream schedules and scores of international basketball.
Shooterinn stóra og hinn shooterinn. Við erum báðir með shootera. Slökkir inn og út. Okay. Hey, ef hann fer djúpt á þig, reynda stúlturinn í stóra ef Tryggvi er að rimprotecta. Reynum að reyna þess á hann að klára á hringinn.
Okay. We run 3 up on offense. 3 up. Okay. So we're in diamond. Okay. Tryggvi, Kiki. We're coming this way. Kiki, come on, Tryggvi. Yes. We're looking in. Then we'll set a switch in here. But listen, let's let Tryggvi try and go one-on-one in the low post to start with. All right? One-on-one. Okay. Good. And then listen. Then we look to run this one. Okay. The lob.
Well, it's been the exceptional play from Žemaitis. Just along with Martinez Gebin, who's only just come back into the lineup, but you got to appreciate this. Ignas Sadagionis, hard hustle and desire on defense, which led to the transition buckets, but look at the dime from Žemaitis. That's his 3rd assist of the game. Well, many probably live here in Iceland. Many made the long journey. And it is a long journey from the North Baltic all the way here to this beautiful country. 6-point lead currently to Lithuania. Peterson wants to go at Gebin. Kicks out. Now they go back to the big fella. Oh, brute strength bully basketball by Tryggvi Peterson. Unguardable. They've got to go to him more often. He's got 5 points. Sadagionis goes down the middle off a screen. Kicks out. Well, the commissioner and technical delegate was wide open. But unfortunately, he doesn't have Leah Tuver on his jersey, so that's going to be another turnover. Already 17 turnovers here in the first half between these two teams. Iceland can't cut it down to a 1-possession ball game. There's the alley-oop, and Well, again, it's Ignas Sadagionis. Just a very good read. Drop defense sagged. He prevented that alley-oop, and that's twice Lithuania had prevented that lob. Marek Blažević back into the lineup. 4 points so far this evening, 2 assists and 1 rebound. As Martinez Gebben goes back to the bench. Almost 3 minutes played here in the second quarter. Good anticipation on defense. Both teams only 1 foul committed here. Žemaitis kicks out. Benjis, he'll fire a 3. It's way off the mark. Now it didn't hit the rim. Sadagionis, he's got to go quick. Goes in around the defense. But still Iceland just cannot get a rebound. And they still can't score. But they get another offensive board. Get a fresh crack at it. 13 rebounds already for the Lithuanians. Žemaitis pulls up in the mid-range. A little too short. Elvar Fredriksson finally comes up with a board. They just want to get into a half-court pick-and-roll scenario. Fredriksson crosses over. That foul's gonna be called against Marek Blažević. That's his first personal foul. Second team foul against Lithuania here in the second quarter. Because what I find fascinating about these two countries, I mean this respectfully, I mean obviously Lithuania has a centuries, years of history. Iceland, they have a great fan base, but they've never been to a Basketball World Cup. There's another one. Goes flying in for Elvar Fredriksson. 6-3 tonight for Iceland. His second tonight. Well, he now moves up to 8 points. Little teardrop, no good, but that foul is gonna be number 2 against Marek Blažević. So he's the second Lithuanian center to pick up 2 fouls here in the first half. Well, it doesn't take brute strength to block out the big snowman, but Elva off the dribble. Counted. Well, that's going to be a moving screen. I think that's going to be on Tvingli-Linusson, but he credited that down to Margiris Nomantis. Just chasing the defender, because every time, if you're going to set a screen on him, that's a tough one if you look at it from that angle, but play goes on. Lithuania still lead by 1. Margiris Nomantis finds Blažević. Tries a teardrop negative parabola to avoid the block of Tvingli-Linusson. Big Marek. Elva around the defense. Finds Linusson on the lob. There's a kick out. Quick 3, catches shoot, doesn't get it. Linusson fights for it. No foul called. But Marek Blažević comes up with possession. Oh my God, transition! The ball didn't touch the ground. That is Lietuva fast break basketball. The ball didn't touch the ground, but a quick response from Eija Steinarsson. And again, Lithuania go quickly. Well, they turn it over. Iceland down by 3. Bit of a bump, so that's gonna be 2 free throws coming up for Jan Axel Gudmundsson. Well, this is a great play. The ball did not touch the ground. That is Lithuanian trademark transition basketball. You have to love it. And a timeout is going to be called by Kurtinaitis. He wants to talk it over with his players. When we come back, there'll be 2 free throws coming up for Iceland. Well, we'll try and head into the Lithuania bench to find out what the message is going to be.
Dabar kitas momentas. Mes nesulakysim su šito. Kaip jisai ateina ant gazo ir tave čia pramuša. Tai tu traukis, kad nepramuštų, nes jis eina ir meta arba nusimeta. Jų visas žaidimas, kad tave pramušia. Todėl Tomas jums sakė, nuo čia spaudžiam, čia atsitraukiam, kad jie ratuoja. Turim polime mes flešapą. Flešapą. Gerai, padarom pirmą, dabar padarom ąžuolą. Ąžuolą, tik mums reikia, Margo, tu žaidęs, mums reikia handoffo pisti ir ąžuolą keliais.
Well, it's been an exciting game so far. Here is Martinas Gebin getting a little lob pass from Žemaitis. Žemaitis so far leading Lithuania with 3 assists and also has 9 points. And look at Trygve Linesen, the big snowman, just going to work. Linesen so far 5 points, but they have been led by that man, Elva Fredriksson. He's the go-to option. That was the dunk by Brad Zagas when the ball didn't touch the floor in transition. As Jan Axel Gudmundsson gets his first point this evening. Second one just rolls out. Lithuania still lead by 2. Almost a turnover. That's going to remain Lithuania ball. Because they like to come with a diagonal opposite back screen. That's one. Magirs Nomadis was trying to go for the paint entry, but problem for them. That was very well read by Thorben Yasin. Agiolas Tubelis finds Sargionis. Radzakis, time winding down here. Got it by Jan Axel Gudmundsson. Good defense. Ankle breaker. And they just cannot finish, but the tip-in is good by Marek Blažević. And that's where you just don't give up on it. Well, there's a little mid-range going. Nothing comes of it. Blažević falls to the ground. Lithuania comes up with it. Sargionis looking to lead Lithuania to extend their lead here by 4. Radzakis has Tubelis with him. Almost turned it over. Still has it. Pump fakes. Well, Blažević doesn't take many threes, but when he does, he knocks him down. Well, the Tofaş Bursa coaching staff will have a big smile on their face. Not only to know that Turkey is winning against Serbia in the World Cup qualifiers, but to see their big fella knock it down. There's the alley-oop, and big time! Snowman connects with it. Well, it was only a matter of time. Lithuania had that sequence defended well on the last 2 attempts, but there was no stopping Trygve Linesen. Sargionis wide open. All the time and space in the world, but he missed it. But a foul is going to be called. Thorben Yasin. That's so many times Ignas Sargionis has been wide open. Elva said, hey, big fella, go fetch. And Trygve said, thank you very much. That's going to be Thorben Yasin's second personal foul. 3:07 to go here in the second quarter. As Ignas Sargionis makes the free throw. Because having a very elite year again with Rytas Vilnius now in the round of 16, but they've had some slip-ups because he started his career with their rivals in Kaunas. He's also spent 1 season playing in Germany for Medi Bayreuth before 1 season with Neptūnas Klaipėda in Lithuania's LKL. 7-point lead to Lithuania. Fredriksson, a little too short, that goes out of bounds. Has the spark finally gone out for Iceland? The 3-pointer would make it a double-digit lead for Lithuania. Sargionis, pump fakes. Well, Magiris Nomadis was wide open on the back door, but he didn't commit to it. Now he does. Good defense again by Linesen. Lithuania don't have any fouls to give. Oh, Fredriksson. Another kick out, tough pass. Linesen wide open. Good night. Big fellow wide open. It was inevitable. Well, you had Lithuania scrambling, closing out, rotating, but they forgot about Trygve Linesen inside the paints. Well, Magiris Nomadis finds Sargionis wide open in the corner. Cannot get the 3. Innocent comes up with a rebound. 2-possession ball game. Oh, what a time. Pump fakes, goes in, and now cuts it down to a 3-point deficit. The momentum of this game keeps changing like a roller coaster of emotions. Iceland have one foul to give. Margiris Nomantis trying to give it go with Brad Zakis. Innocent caught between him and Brad Zakis. A foul is going to be given, but that's going to be on the ground, I believe, because he wasn't in the process of shooting it. Or was he? That is on Olofsson. That's going to be foul number 3, I believe. And he came off the bench making 2 3-pointers earlier, but I think Olofsson's going to have to, he's going to have to go to the bench. That's his 3rd foul. Well, play to come in for him. Christian Paulsen, 2 out of 4 from the 3-point line. Lithuania still lead by 3. Brad Zakis finds Blažević. Physical game from Marek Blažević, but just cannot get it to go against Trygve Hlinason. The solid paint insurance policy here for Iceland. Iceland can lock the game up with a 3-pointer. Hlinason gets a handoff. And that's going to be a foul against Margiris Nomantis. So that's just going to send Iceland to the free throw line. I just think that's a good foul. I mean, Margiris Nomantis isn't the kind of player to really go for an intentional play, and I just think it's trying to chase the defenders as Vaidas Karinauskas back into the lineup. So timeout's going to be called. Both teams will talk it over. 1:05 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Game day 3 here in Group D of the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. Craig Peterson interestingly calling this timeout, knowing his players will go to the free throw line. But let's go and listen to what he has to say.
So Trygve's here. Kitty, you're gonna receive the ball. Okay. Hilmar here. Okay. Elvar, you're gonna pass it to Kitty. Cut off, set this one, Hilmar come and get it, then Elvar turn around and flare screen Kitty. Right? Horse hook. Horse hook. Horse hook, sorry. Hook. Okay? And then Hilmar, if you get up here, if you pick up your dribble and it's not there, Trygve pop out, boom, go get it. Okay?
Hey, eller far I þetta aftur. Axel og Flex. Á skiptu markinu og fyrir við svæði. Skipta.
Well, great performance so far from Marek Blažević. Nearly a double-double. He's got 11 points and 7 boards, but Trygve Hlinason, well, you've got to go to the big fella. He's got 9 points, but interestingly, only 2 rebounds so far in this game. He's got as many assists as he does his boards. Just what a pass there. What a run in transition by Hilmar Henningsen. Iceland 6 out of 11 from the 3-point line. Lithuania 5 out of 11. So great 3-point shooting night tonight, but I think a key thing here for Lithuania, 10 offensive boards as opposed to only 1 from Iceland. Christian Paulsen currently at the free throw line. Can try to cut it down to a 1-point deficit. Makes the first one. Just only a few years ago was playing for Aris Leeuwarden in the BNXT League in the Netherlands. Second free throw falls out. Feels like a deja vu moment there for the free throw line for Iceland. Trying to stand strong on defense. There's the paint entry. Tubelis gets caught in it. Karinauskas not renowned for being a 3-point shooter, but he gets it to drop. But Iceland again go quickly. And my goodness. Elvar Fredriksson now moving up to 10. First player in double figures tonight for Iceland. Fredriksson 5 assists away from a double-double tonight. That actually could be a 2-for-1 for Iceland. Karinauskas going down to Tubelis. Well, turns it over. And now Iceland can have the final play here in the first half. Down by 3. They've led by as many as 10. 10 points already for Elvar Fredriksson. Denies a screen. Penetrates, wrap round, and that is beautiful by Elvar Fredriksson. And there's the final shot. It won't count, but it doesn't go in anyway. What a first half here in Group D. Well, the other game going on in Tyneside, Newcastle in Great Britain. Italy in total control, but you couldn't decide who's going to win this one. And what an exhilarating, exciting atmosphere we have in Reykjavik. Well, we'll take a look at some of the key stats here from the first half, and then we'll run down the best plays. But so far, Lithuania, credit to them, 10 points from turnovers, only 5 for Iceland. And where these two teams had 0 fast break points at the end of the first quarter, a combined total of 13, 7 to Lithuania, 6 to Iceland, but nothing separates them in the paint. Both teams combined total of 36, 18 apiece inside the paints. But the one area Lithuania has dominated has been the rebounds. Both Elva Fredriksson and Marek Blažević leading the scoring in double figures. Well, Žemaitis with 9, Trygve Hillerson with 9. Well, it's been an exciting game. Let's run down the best highlights from the first half here in Group D. Oh, Iceland got off to a flying start. They'd only missed 1 3-pointer in the first quarter, but Žemaitis got off to a hot start. He has all 9 points coming from the 3-point line, and he hasn't missed a 3-pointer. But Ignis Sargionis, suffocating defense. And then look at the transition play of the game. That's got to be the fast break play of the qualifiers. The ball didn't touch the woodwork. And it's not only Trygve Hillerson scoring in the paint, it's also Iceland's backcourt. There is Marek Blažević, the 3-pointer. He's 3 rebounds away from a double-double and 7 assists away from a potential triple-double. And that was the alley-oop with the snowman, Trygve Hillerson. And then they left him wide open. The rotations, Marek Blažević getting caught out, didn't recover in time, but there was Vidas Karjanelskis. Well, Juventus Utena's player made the 3 and tried to sprint back in time, but it was to no avail. And Elva Fredriksson with the final bucket. What a game we have here in Reykjavik. We'll be back in under 13 minutes for the second half. This is the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup Qualifiers.
Oh my goodness sakes, that's a throwdown. Goes in for the dunk. Good night. Too big, too strong, and just too good.
Bogdanovic, who goes in and scores. Ah!
This is what it's all about.
It's all one big basketball family, folks.
Winning time.
Both teams over the limit.
You have got to be kidding me! What a pass that is, Maxson! Are you mad, son?
To Shimada, glides through, no one there. Oh, batted away. What a defensive start. Markovic meets him at the penthouse and swats it away. Might be Kununchuk to drill for the lob, and he's going to tie us up.
There's about a 3-second differential and the Netherlands turn it over. Oh my word. M1. Sokolowski.
Now here we are, approach it in the open floor, bounce pass, toe to behind the back. Are you kidding me? A little bit of showtime at the most important time of the game. Approach it head up, he comes back and just hammers it home.
4th turnover of the game for Serbia.
Drives inside with the two-handed thunder for Fana. That's a big play. Oh, it's been thrown away by Grover. Kuhlman
Goes downhill. Oh, yeah. Cheryl with a yeah. Just sticks the defender on a poster.
They have to heave. No good off the glass. Spain, who have numbers. And they finish. Alex Reyes extends the lead 60-43. And Spain is on a roll. Just having their way tonight.
Throws it up. Oh, Shane spills it. Sargiones for the win. Oh my goodness. Lithuania make it on the buzzer. How? Simply just how? The basketball gods favor their most loved child, Lithuania.
How many times are we going to see this? Baseline. Are you kidding me?
Papa Nicolau says, give it to me.
Go attacks to close out. Beat Bruno inside.
Fills it up. It's all right.
Welcome back, basketball fans, live here in Reykjavik, Iceland, where currently it is a 1-point lead to the visitors, Lithuania, led by Marek Blažević, who does have 11 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. Group D fixture. All teams in Group D coming into the second window of the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers, 1-1. And it's only a 1-point ball game as it stands. Well, Iceland winning their first game on the road in Italy, but then losing at home to Great Britain. But Lithuania, a magnificent come-from-behind victory on the road against Great Britain. Tonight, they would love to go 2-1 and make it back to yet another FIBA Basketball World Cup. Well, Iceland, of course, being led by Elvar Fredriksson, 5 out of 9 from the field. He's 2 out of 3 from downtown. He also has 5 assists in this game, but it's been the speed and lethal tempo that he's been playing at so far. Well, he's become one of the main faces of this team in the backcourt, along with Martin Hermansen, who unfortunately isn't available tonight. He's currently playing for Anwil Włocławek in the Polish Basketball League, the PLK. Because he's had quite a decorated career playing for some of the exciting teams in European hoops, PAOK Thessaloniki, and also played in Lithuania for Rytas Vilnius back in 2022-23. But this is how quickly Iceland wants to run. Well, he had that three-pointer back in Tbilisi, Georgia in 2023. They could have got them to the World Cup. The heartbreak of missing that three. As said, Iceland have never been to a FIBA Basketball World Cup, and, well, they could go 2-1. They could go 3-1 at the end of this window. They could go 2-2. They could go 1-3. Who knows what they'll end up with? But as mentioned, welcome back. It's been an exciting atmosphere tonight here at the La Hadala Arena that hosts 2,500 fans. And we've seen a mix of the traveling Lithuanian fans as well as the home fans. Both sets of fans have been tremendous this evening. But say, if you want to run down the stats of how this game have gone, both teams 18 points in the paint. And for Iceland, it hasn't just come from Tryggvi Hlynurson. The backcourt players doing their job in getting into the paint. I mean, two areas where Lithuania have an advantage. Kills 10 points of turnovers and also 6 more second chance points than Iceland. But Iceland right now playing with spirit, playing with a tenacity that, you know, really that historic win on the road in the opening game against Italy. Why can't they pull off a victory against a team they've never defeated? Because Lithuania, one of the greatest teams in international basketball. I think for them there was disappointment not only at the past Eurobasket, but also failing to qualify for the Paris 2024 Olympics, where, you know, they were playing in Puerto Rico at the Olympic qualifiers. Well, we are just under 5 minutes from getting this game back underway. Mantas Benjis, who's been a regular feature, you know, he goes back to playing for Lithuania when it was the 2019 FIBA World Cup qualifiers that got them qualified to China in 2019, but well, minus Karianelskis, naturally a point guard, has made 1 3-pointer so far this evening. Is the young prospect Mantas Ripstavicius. It's fair to say Lithuania have a lot of options when it comes to national team basketball. I mean, they go a long, long way. Oh, Ažuolis Tubelis now currently playing in Kaunas, because many of his national teammates, also his club teammates in previous years, such as Margiris Nomantis, but their brothers in action tonight here for Lietuva. Well, the key thing tonight, I mean, another area where Lithuania has been very dominant, they have, of course, a world difference in offensive rebounding. 10 so far, as Iceland only have 1. Marek Blažević, as I highlighted already, well, could he become the 4th player ever in FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers to achieve a triple-double? That almost could have been achieved the other night in the African qualifiers. We have Shilde Dundal, who was the 2025 FIBA Afrobasket Most Valuable Player. And with 2 minutes to go, he was subbed off. But wasn't going to achieve that, but never say never. Ažuolis Tubelis, I think it's going to be the assist that's going to be probably much more difficult to achieve. A 7 in a second half, that's going to be a lot to ask for. Well, only 2 players in double figures. Marek Blažević for Lithuania, and Elvar Fredriksson, who is the game's leading scorer with 12 so far this evening. So we're just over 2.5 away from getting this game back underway. Well, Iceland, when you talk about a team that's very organized, very technical, very disciplined, and they play from within themselves. They never go out of their comfort zone. But the key thing for Iceland, for them to win against some of these big countries, they've got to shoot well from the perimeter, and that's always a tough task when you go up against some of the really good international teams. But you know, they did that on the road against Italy. The key thing for them is, can they continue to shoot well from downtown? Well, Marek Blažević, as mentioned, having a great year in the BSL and in the Basketball Champions League as he did with Tofaş Bursa. Well, could it be a triple-double night here for Marek Blažević? Well, we will find out indeed. Well, where Lithuania were having struggles at the beginning of the first quarter, they definitely improved. They do have more points inside the paint, but trying to find ways to get Tryggvi Hlynurson away from the bucket, that is a tough one. But Elvar, well, he got a triple-double once in the Basketball Champions League, and that was when he played for PAOK, and it was on the road against Galatasaray. Was the other player to achieve that? 2 other players have achieved that, but one of them, Anis Bukevicius, another Lithuanian. Because he achieved that when he played for Neptūnas Klaipėda. You gotta love the culture and tradition. The other dream team, I highly recommend go watch that documentary, because Lithuania's head coach, Rimas Kurtinaitis, played for that other dream team. With one great Arvydas Sabonis and Maršalonis.
3 down and 2 down, all right, because their playing is so hard coming out from underneath, all right? But we start with 2 pop, okay, if we don't have a transition ball screen, all right?
Statai Marek, bėg tam, statai Ąžuolai išeini čia, kairės rankos. Paduodam čia, bėgi kaip Hendofą ir nubėgi į kampą. Čia turim 3, čia turim 2. Dabar pažiūrėk, klausimą tokį. Kai pastatysi užtvarą, bus 5, Ąžuolas 4 su kamuoliu. Ateisi, pastatysi Ąžuolai, ant kairės žaidi pick and rollą. Čia liks tau tas didelis ir iškart rolį.
Well, fans, use that QR code and download the official FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifying app, where you can customize your experience right from the qualifiers up until Doha 2027. Follow your favorite players and teams and get all the best news, highlights, and content that matter to you most. The World Cup qualifying app, download it on your smartphone, tablet, or Android. Welcome back, everybody, live here in Reykjavik. Second half underway. Tupelis wants to go right at Linesen, and again, tough play. Struggle against a big fella? I think not. Extends it to a 3-point lead. Linesen trying to get something here, and again, a big-time rejection by Blažević. Talk about paint protection. Sargionis bumps, little teardrop, can't finish. I think that foul's gonna be called on Tryggvi Linesen. Well, not too much foul trouble for him to be concerned about. But look at the rejection by Blažević. Baseline possession now as Brazdeikis will inbound it. Tupelis has a mismatch. I just wonder if that was actually an intended pass to Blažević, but I think Ažuolas Tupelis will go to the free throw line. Oh, I think that was a genuine attempted shot, so Tupelis at the charity stripe. Lithuania have only taken 2 free throws so far this evening here against Iceland. As he just gets it to rattle in. Kurtinaitis, because knows what a good team he has, but for them at some point they've got to stop bringing the glory back to Lithuania. Five-point lead currently to Lithuania. Back to a play. A lot of contact and finishes under intense pressure. Well, what a take indeed. Jan Axel Gudmundsson. Sargionis wants to get a handout from Tupelis. Brazdeikis. Tough contested 3 is up, not going to get it. Oh, I think that already went out of bounds. Oh no, they're going to call a jump ball violation. Good hustle by Ignas Sargionis. Sargionis out of bounds, though. Well, they probably called the jump ball before he stepped out, but Iceland will retain it. Fredriksson getting that handout. Finds Stanison. 10 now the shot clock here for Iceland. Well, Paulson has time. He's made 2 threes. Doesn't get this one. Because Iceland always do a good job of getting quick 3s up. Little jump hook at Marek Blažević, extending his tally down to 13 points. Puts it back to a 5-point lead to the Lithuanians. Fredriksson gets the defense on his back, in and around. Just too strong off the bank. Very well defended by Lithuania's front court. Now they look to extend the lead again with Brazdeikis. Oh, good anticipation. Well, Fredriksson all over the court, and he missed it from point-blank range. And that should have been tucked away to a 3-point deficit. Well, you hear the coach from his youth say, Elva, use that left hand. Šemaitis finds Blažević, and he's cooking inside the paint with 15. And remains the game's leading scorer. 2 rebounds away from a double-double. 7 away maybe from a triple-double. 7-point lead here to Lithuania. Well, too much on it, and an unnecessary pass culminates into a turnover. But it's the right idea, you can't fold him. So Marek Blažević, Ignas Sargionis going to the bench. So Brazdeikis, Tupelis on the floor currently. Oh, Martinez Gevins checks back into play. I think that's an interesting sub because, I mean, Blažević was their most dangerous player. There's a lob. Gevins can't connect, but a foul has been called. So 2 free throws coming up. Well, no, I think that, so 2 free throws. I thought they may have, there was a signal for an &1, but that's not the case. That's a good call. Sagionis, having only just subbed out, comes back into play. Well, currently playing in the Spanish ACB Liga Endesa, former Notre Dame Fighting Irish player, played 4 seasons in the NCAA. Goes play for Juventus Utena, Broj Badberg, Fraport Skyliners, and also played for Maxi Maresa. 9-point lead, biggest lead of the game for Lithuania. Well, get him rejected. Tubelis said not in your house. And oh my goodness, both ends of the floor. His name is Azuolas Tubelis. What a play. Atsi Prashal, excuse me, but he wasn't finished there. His name is Azuolas Tubelis. There's the block. My goodness, Ikipasi Matimo, and then Nieko Tokyo. No problem on the conversion. Let's listen now to Iceland's timeout.
Get the ball inside, okay? When it goes inside, if they're not coming to help, you take it one. Otherwise, we're like this, and then we come to set this one, get the action, and then we can slip it down the middle. What do you got? 3 up. 3 up.
Hey, pröva under á sem mætir. Pröva under. Okay. Hey, let's fucking go.
Well, one thing's for sure, those fans are never going to lose hope. But Azuolas Tubelis, what a second half he's having. 10 points already with 3 rebounds. And that time, Marek Blažević, who's currently on the bench, 2 rebounds away from a double-double, but the defense from Lithuania has been suffocating. That was a nice take on the baseline by Jan Axel Gudmundsson. Lithuania lead by 11. Well, they wanted to go inside. Leaderson up against Martinez Gevins. Has a size advantage, but good defense by Gevins. Well, no foul call. It goes out of bounds. Iceland only have 1 foul to give with 6:18. Lithuania haven't committed a foul. Tubelis just getting his pocket picked. Saves it from going back court. Now wants to go with Leaderson again. Stumbles in, turns it over. The foul is going to be called against Margiris Normantis. Now he's incensed. He doesn't feel this should be called. And that's going to be foul number 3, I think. Yep. Well, he felt that. Jan Axel Gudmundsson fell over. My correction, it's only foul number 2. Leaderson gets Bob, goes in, he finishes. Well, he did well to keep his balance. He now goes into double figures. 11 points tonight for the big fella. Tubelis thought about going for the 3, but finds Žemaitis. Well, good recovery. Jan Axel Gudmundsson came in for the interception. A 3-on-2 for Iceland. Under control, had options, but he misses it. Well, I was correct. Margiris Normantis actually does have 3 fouls indeed. So at some point, Rimas Kurtinaitis may think about bringing him to the bench. Žemaitis. Finds Gebbins. That is sweet. Little jump hook, nothing but net by Martinez Gebbin. Well, the foul. They want an unsportsmanlike, but I think that's going to remain on the ground. It's on Martinez Gebbin. That will be his third personal foul. Oh, great work by Elvar Fredriksson. Wow, Fredriksson's got a point. There's no attempt to play the ball. Comes from the side. Well, it's subjective, that's for sure. The foul was caught on the ground, so no free throws coming up here for Iceland. That's also interesting. Craig Peterson just asking the question. Of course, Italy just starting the third quarter against. Now, I just wonder, will the referees now go to the monitor to review this? Boris Krajic, well, they're going to go for a head coach's challenge. So the head coach's challenge has been given. So our officials are going to go to the monitor to see this, if this needs to be upgraded. Well, Boris Krajic is going to have a look at the replay. So I just think when Martinez Gebbin try to initiate the foul. Oh, look at that to the right there. That is the 1992 other Dream Team Barcelona Olympics t-shirt of the Lithuanian national team when they won the bronze medal. That brings back some nostalgia for many fans watching live. It's Boris Krajic, our referee from Slovenia, just wanted to go to have a look at the replay of this foul that was called. We're trying to get, let's have a look at the replay here. Well, this was the, on the foul, this was the one that was called against Margiris Nomantis, which I can't imagine Craig Peterson's called the head coach's challenge on that one. They want to see this one. Gone a little too far here, but here was the, it's the same one again, but you have to go a little bit forward. So coming up here, watch. Elvar Fredriksson splits the defense. Foul is called against Martinez Gebbin. Right there. Will that be upgraded? That's the question. Here's a better angle. Watch Gebbin. Oh, it's tough. I wouldn't think so, but you never know. Looks like a decision has been made. Kurtinaitis' play is in total control. One decision. Has there an upgrade been made? Nope. It's going to remain on the ground. And Iceland don't have a head coach's challenge for the rest of the game. Iceland have a baseline down by 11. 5:05 to go here in the third quarter. Game day 3 of the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers here in Group D. Italy in total control against Great Britain. Fredriksson kicks out. Had a wide open look. Didn't go for it. Paulson out of control. Well, they call an offensive foul. Oh, well, that's a good call because Martinez Gebbin was outside the restricted area. That was my concern. I thought he wasn't, but great defense by the big fella. And a great call. Lithuania get it back. Stavicius having to play point forward. Good defense by Jan Axel Gudmundsson. That's a poor foul to give away because that's going to send Lithuania to the free throw line. If you're Lithuania, that's what you don't want to happen, just to allow them to keep building the lead. Or is it actually on Thorben Jan. I think it's on Jan Axel Gudmundsson. Well, Magnus Rupstavicius currently at the charity stripe. Because he averaged 9 points in the first window, had 12 in that defeat against Italy in Klaipeda. Was 2 out of 5 that evening from the perimeter. Because in the first window, he went 1 for 4 from the free throw line. Now makes his first 2. Still 23 years of age, Magnus Rupstavicius. 13-point lead to Lithuania. Back down coming from Linusson, but he fumbles it. No, they're going to call a foul. And that's going to be Lithuania's 3rd team foul. It's on Montes Gevin. Now, if that's on him, that could spell trouble. Because I think that's foul number 4. Yeah, it is. So Marek Blažević has got to come back in the lineup. He's got 2 fouls. Now, if you're Iceland, can you make him pick up 2 fouls with 4:30 to go? Elvar Fredriksson gets that screen from Linusson. Sadgionis tries to keep him in front. Suffocated defense coming from the Lithuanians. Well, they get the shot up in time. Almost got it. What Iceland doesn't want to do now is commit another foul, because they'll just keep sending Lithuania to the charity stripe. Well, good interception. Elvar Fredriksson again, and no problem making the layup this time. Well, he's been terrific so far this evening. 3rd steal of the game for Elvar Fredriksson. Now has 14 points. Still, it's an 11-point lead to Lithuania. Sadgionis out of control, can't get it. Fredriksson comes up with a rebound. Lithuania's got 1 foul to give. Fredriksson out of control, draws a contact, and he'll go to the free throw line. Lithuania commit that final team foul, but spells trouble for them because Elvar Fredriksson can cut it down to single digits. I think he was indecisive whether to shoot it or to find Linusson. Well, and that is on Marek Blažević. Fredriksson makes the free throw. Those fans, because they came so close this past summer to winning their first ever game at a FIBA Eurobasket. What it would mean to the country of Iceland to qualify for the World Cup as Fredriksson missed the 2nd free throw. Still a double-digit lead to Lithuania. Rupstavicius tries to bully his way in as now benches, finds Blažević. And he does it one more time, avoids the block, and he makes it look easy. 17-9 for Blažević. 12-point lead to Lithuania. Almost 3 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Fredriksson thinks about going for the 3. Sadgionis doesn't give him an inch of space. Time is winding down yet again. Thorben Jan pump fakes, fires it, and it's an air ball. Great defense from the Lithuanians. Nowhere to go for Iceland. .250 to go here. Kristupas Žemaitis is going to leave the game. I think Karinauskas, well, Karinauskas just being reminded he's got to tell the table before he subs in. Elvar Fredriksson just getting a bit of a breather. Maja Stanison back in the lineup for Iceland. Well, the Gabalon defense. Sadgionis, 3 in the corner, sinks it and extends it to a 15-point lead. The biggest margin of the game for Lithuania. Stanison, teardrop, comfortably kisses that one off the glass. Well, that was a much-needed response for Iceland's backcourt. Still, they have to defend because Lithuania in total control of this one at the moment. Karniauskas just bumping Stanison. Sargionis made his last three, comes off the dribble. Lithuania again, another offensive board. That's where they've been dominant. Benches, puts the ball on the ground. Now tries to go for a post-up. Brad Zakis, 2 of 3. And he gets it to rattle in. I think it's a three-pointer. And they're firing in all cylinders at the moment, Lithuania. Marek Blažević has got 3 fouls. That's going to be on Ignas Sargionis, though, so that now it'll be free throws here for A.S. Stanison. This is what they have to ask of their backcourt, just keep on working, but it was Brad Zakis just may have narrowly missed his foot on the line, which now made it a three-pointer. And how much they need him right now, Mon Hermansen, which is not healthy tonight to play. Well, they've got to make the free throws. Simple as that. Because they've missed 4 so far this evening. 7 out of 11 from the charity stripe tonight, Iceland. Again, they've had that inconsistency. 5 missed free throw attempts. Got to be able to knock down the free throws. It's a simple game. Blažević kicks out, finds Girisnomatis, demands a ball screen, hesitates, gets to the lane, little teardrop, but he doesn't get it to go. Livingston comes up with it, just over a minute to go here for Iceland, down by 15. Well, he's made 2 threes, can he go for a third one? He just won't drop here in the second half for Iceland. Lithuania don't need to rush into their offenses. Take their time. Benches again. Well, tries to make the no look behind the back, and that's a poor turnover for Lithuania. Iceland have got to keep it under control. Thinks about going for the three-pointer. Finds Henderson. Well, who's it on? Is it on Brad Zakis or is it on Blažević? Wow, if it's on Blažević, that will be number 4. No, I don't think it is. That's on Brad Zakis, surely. Oh, thank goodness for Lithuania. It's on Brad Zakis, because that would be 2 centers with 4 fouls. 7th missed free throw tonight here for Iceland. Second one good. Cuts it down to a 14-point deficit. 11 seconds difference between game and shot clock. Karniauskas just trying to work some magic here inside the paint. Finds Girisnomatis. Thought there was contact coming, nothing given. Iceland come up with it, and they can have the final shot. Well, here Stanison went to the ground. Not sure what's happened. 11.2 seconds left here in the third quarter. Well, Nomatis probably well, comes down quite hard, connects with it. Not too much protest there from A.S. Stanison. Mantis bench is going to come out of the lineup. Mantis Ripstaviches will check back into the game. Jonas also coming in from Girisnomatis. Lithuania, like Iceland, don't have any more fouls to give. Stanis is going to bring this one up. They won one final play. There's a handoff. Goes behind the back. Little teardrop around the defense. Unable to finish. Well, they got a good look. But in the end, Thoria Thorbanyasin just didn't get the lucky drop. One final quarter to go. Lithuania lead by 14. We're live here in Reykjavik. Group D fixture. Game day 3 of the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. Well, Lithuania surely have turned this game in their favor. They were leading by 1 at the beginning of the first half. Of the second half, excuse me. They're now 8 out of 17 from the perimeter. 2 more than Iceland. Currently been led by Marek Blažević. 17 points, 1 rebound away from a double-double and 3 assists. Well, anywhere those Lithuanian basketball fans go, it's a great atmosphere. Well, there was the block by Blažević. That's his only 1 block of the game. Lithuania in total do have 3 blocks as a team. But it's been how just clinical they've been. Here was Azuolas Tubelis with a block, and that just took no mercy on Iceland's transition defense. And there was Tryggvi Hlynurson just finding his way down the middle off the ball screen. And here was Elvar Fredriksson having already missed 1 layup off a steal in the third quarter. Marek Blažević. I mean, he's terrific. He's so technical. He's just brilliant. Ignas Sargionis. That was the 8th Lithuanian three-pointer of the game. But that was the response to cut it back down to 13 from Ias Stanison. Well, that was actually the 8th three-pointer from Brad Zekas. Couldn't decide if he had his foot on the line or not, but there you have it, Lietuva. Was losing to the United States of America in the semifinals in the 2010 FIBA Basketball World Cup in Istanbul, but winning that bronze medal against Serbia. And well, you can watch more international live stream schedules and scores on Courtside 1891. Use that QR code. Courtside 1891, the home of international basketball. Karnielskis just trying to find Azuolas Tubelis. Well, he's made 1 3 tonight. Doesn't take too many 3-pointers, Karnielskis. Gets in around the defense and works the, oh, he missed the layup. Iceland saved it for going out of bounds. And that should have been tucked away easy by Vidas Karnielskis. Blažević has got 4 fouls. Can Iceland make the 3? They just don't go. It was a good look. Lithuania quickly want to push down the other end. And again, Azuolas Tubelis, big fella running in transition. He's been fantastic. 9 fast break points tonight for Lithuanians. Oh, they turn it over. Here again, deja vu moment and a throwdown time by Ignas Sargionis. Extending it to an 18-point Lithuanian lead. Almost another turnover. Edison saves it. The foul. That's going to be Blažević's 4th foul. So unless Rimas Kurtinaitis wants to play small ball, he's going to have to bring back in Martinas Gevens, who also has 4 fouls. Well, there it is. Rytas Vilnius Pirmin Vilniečiai. Elvar Fredriksson pump fakes. Lithuania know the threat he possesses from the 3-point line. Pulls up in the mid-range. Straight off the bench. Well, he never cools down, even in Iceland. 17 tonight for Elvar Fredriksson. Blažević still on the floor here with 4 fouls. Well, good defense by Hlynurson, but Blažević follows in, and indeed, there you have it. Double-double time. Foul's going to be committed by Ignas Sargionis. That's going to be Lithuania's 2nd team foul here in the 4th quarter. Well, double-double indeed What a performance tonight from that man. 19 points, 11 boards, 3 assists. Fredriksson penetrates. Yasin, that's going to be a third team foul against Lithuania. Because if you're Iceland, it may be an 18-point deficit, but you just got to keep on chipping into the Lithuanian lead as much as possible, because look, you never know. The way this group is started in window number 1 could very well be by the end of this window we have all teams 2 and 2. You never know. Points difference definitely matter. Head to head, so crucial. Top 3 teams go to round 2. Well, they try to go quickly. The pass a little too quick from Hilmar Henningsen. Unfortunately, it becomes yet again another turnover here. I mean, Iceland, before that turnover, had as many steals as turnovers. They got 9 steals this evening. Just haven't been as crucial in the third quarter as they were in the first half. Sargionis, another 3. Offensive rebound for Ažuolis Tubelis. Patient pass, and now 3 from Gevins. Well, he may have 4 fouls, but he still can't cook it from the perimeter. Huge 3 by Martinas Gevins. Lisa makes that pass, finds Elvar Fredriksson. Fredriksson goes baseline, kicks out, they'll go for another 3. Surely got to go. They come up with another offensive board. Linus Karinelskis commits the foul. That's going to be the 4th and final team foul for the Lithuanians. That's a good foul. Oh, Matias Gevin lighting it up. 9th three-pointer of the evening here for Lithuania. Margiris Nomadis getting ready to check back in. I'm not sure what's happened here, but he's have indeed gone to the bench. No timeouts being called, no official review, so sideline possession coming up here for Iceland. 7 minutes to go, down by 21. Well, Italy currently leading 70-46 against Great Britain. Fredriksson now puts up a tough one, can't get it. Still battling offensive boards, they still just can't get it to go. Well, it just hasn't been a great second half here for Iceland. The effort's there, the heart is there, the buckets just don't drop. Sargionis, little teardrop goes in. Can't finish. Nicely come up with it. Nice little give and go action, goes in, avoids the block and finishes. Cutting it back down to 19, beautiful build up. Well, Thrasterson just able to finish that one, but quite impressively got it off in time to avoid a Lithuanian block. Gevins finds Normantis. Foul is going to be called. I think that's on 3. Oh no, it's on Thorben Yasin. That's a good call, clearly. Just trying to bring down Matis Gevins, but that was the give and go action with Steven Thrasterson. So Matas Rupstavicius back into lineup. Oh, Tubelis. Well, good hands by Elvar Fredriksson. You could hear the leather smack on that one. Fredriksson, quick 3, transition, both ends of the floor. 4-point play. I mean, he karate chopped that ball out of the hands of Ažuolis Tubelis. And then he makes a 4-point play potentially. The foul is on Margiris Nomantis. That's what I call laying the smackdown, Icelandic style. Comes up with the steal, then buries a triple. Now moving up to 18 points. Well, timeout called by Rimas Kurtinaitis. Because it's still a 16-point lead in favor of Lithuania, but for sure they want to win by as many points as possible, because as we saw at the end of window one, all teams were tied on the same record, with Great Britain top of Group D. For sure isn't going to be the case at the end of this evening, because Italy, well, they definitely had their way. Still time left in that game, but they lead 70-46 at the Virtu Arena in Newcastle Tyneside. Well, he's featured in all three FIBA World Cup qualifying window campaigns, 2019, 2023, and now 2027 for Eimantas Benches. What a game time from Ignas Sargionis. Here's Standison, quiet night for him. Although 5 points, does have 5 assists, and Brad Zagis, you can see right there, has been very effective for Lithuania in their backcourt. Sargionis truly is becoming a fan favorite here with the Lithuanians. I said 18, it's actually 20 points to Elvar Fredriksson. Fredriksson looking for the 4-point play to cut it down to 15. Converts a 4-point play, excuse me. 15-point ball game. Žemaitis. Very aggressive penetration by Kristupas Žemaitis, who so far hasn't actually converted a field goal from inside the rainbow, and he hasn't actually missed a 3-point attempt. He's 3 out of 3 from downtown. Played in both games of window one, only had 1 point in 13 minutes against Great Britain, had 8 points in a defeat against Italy in Klaipeda. He's currently playing in Turkey for Manisa. Because gold medalist at the 2017 University Games in Lithuania that was played in Chinese Taipei. Well, the kick out, he's made 2 threes tonight. Can he go for a third one? Iceland battling for offensive boards. Down 16. Well, again, another rejection. Martinez Kevin said, not in your house, goodbye. Well, if he ever wants to play for Lithuania's volleyball team, I'm sure they'll be happy to have him. It's been a block party tonight here in Iceland. And it's down to Lithuania. Well, they come over to steal. Margiris Nomadis has it. To Bellis. Bit of contact, misses. Good positioning on the transition defense from Iceland. Well, there's a 3. Now it's a 13-point ball game. Iceland cutting into the deficit. Still time left in this game, but regardless, points difference matters. It's only window 2. All roads end in Doha 2027 for the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Žemaitis almost turned it over. Ripstavicius off balance, can't get it. Another rebound by Iceland. Is there enough time for a comeback? There's a crossover. There's a kick out. But a foul has been committed. Now this is good for Iceland because this will just send them to the free throw line. An inspiring play here from the smallest country in the FIBA Europe zone. But you know what? They play with heart. We've seen that time and time again. Henningsen shot 2 free throws in that defeat against Great Britain. He was 1 for 2. He makes this one. Didn't play in the victory against Italy in window 1. Played 15 minutes against GB. .11 ball game. Iceland so far have missed 6 free throws tonight, and you think about it, wow. You make all those missed free throw attempts, and it's a 2-possession ball game before 19. For Lithuania, it's just be cool, be calm, be composed, and hang on. Their expectations, Lithuania, are more than just qualify. It's win the FIBA Basketball World Cup. As a paint entry, double team comes. Time winding down for Sadagiotis. Spins. Out of control, can't get it. In the end, oh, another missed layup. Well, Kevin's got to be able to make that one. Any bucket now will cut it down to single digits. Fredriksson goes for it. High arc. Oh, baby! Elva Fredriksson. Are you kidding me? And all of a sudden, down plus 20. It's only an 8-point deficit. This is truly incredible. Led by that man, Elva Fredriksson. Unbelievable scenes tonight here in Reykjavik. It was Lithuania who did the impossible against Great Britain. Iceland about to give them a taste of their own medicine. 3:44 to go. Lost for words here because they felt they should have closed this game out with 7 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Like I said, if you are Lithuania, you know, you have the lead. The good thing for Iceland, they got 2 fouls to give, so you can probably take a few chances. Lithuania have led by as many as 21 here in the 4th quarter. And well, Iceland maybe 1 3-pointer away from making it a 2-possession ball game, but Elva Fredriksson, well, that time the 3-pointer was coming from Henningsen. But Fredriksson's played his heart out tonight. 24 points for Elva Fredriksson. And Curtis Knights just must be thinking, what is going on here? Well, they've got 2 fouls to give Iceland. Little pick and pop action with Benches. Iceland now with a small lineup, 1 through 5 switching. They're going to switch every handoff, every scheme. Brazdeikis looking for that ISO. There's a foul, but he doesn't get the out one. And that would have surely silenced the crowd. Because Brazdeikis hasn't gone to the free throw line tonight. Lithuania's only missed 1 free throw. They're 9 out of 10. He's got 7 points this evening. 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Oh! Pressure just getting to Brazdeikis. Well, Brazdeikis, excuse me, can make it a 9-point ball game. Miss them both, but they get the offensive rebound, and that is capital punishment. But those fans love it. Fredriksson goes in, gets denied. The follow-up here. The kick out. 1 extra pass, surely. Fredriksson pump fakes, pulls up from 15, and it's back to an 8-point ball game. 26 for Elva Fredriksson. Iceland refusing to give up. They've never beaten Lithuania in their history. They still got a way to go with 2:42 left. Tubelis, double team comes. And there's Iceland's final team foul to give. Well, there's the mid-range action from Elva Fredriksson. What a performance from him. And you have to ask the question, what if Mon Hermansen was playing? Now they are going to bring back in Trygve Linason. Iceland actually do have one foul to give. Tubelis goes in, finishes. It's back to a 10-point ball game. Well, he looks completely exhausted, but he keeps on going. And another foul committed. It's on Brasdeikis, so free throws coming up here for Iceland. Well, it's a tough take by Thorpinjason. They can try to cut it back down to 8 with 2:22 to go. Like I said, 6 missed free throws tonight. Now, if he makes this one, and had they made all the missed free throws, this is a one-possession ball game. Makes them both. Lithuania just want to keep on attacking. No fouls to give here for Iceland. They've got to get stops now. Brasdeikis pump fakes. Finds Sargionis. Step back three is up, no good. And that's going to be a foul on Lithuania, which I think means Iceland will go to the free throw line.
Offensive foul for player number 1 in Lithuania, Marek Blasovich. His fifth foul.
But that was a three-pointer by Sargionis. I think Brasdeikis just may have lost his balance. So now, this will send Thorpinjason to the free throw line, who hasn't missed a free throw tonight. 1:59 to go. Can he cut it down to a 6-point ball game? Makes the first one. I think they're left speechless. Blažević unfortunately fouling out of the game. Six-point ball game. Can Lithuania hang on? Can Iceland get a stop? They have no fouls to give. Sargionis. And there's a foul on the ground. So Martinez Gavins will go to the free throw line. That's the patience Lithuania needed. Just allow the contact to go to them. That's quite an unnecessary reach there, because isn't that a disappointing defensive play by Thorpinjason? Linusson had that covered. That's why he's out there. He's 7'3". You don't need to worry about too many points in the paint when he's around. But Martinez Gavins put it back to an 8-point ball game. Can he do that? He's got 9 points. Hasn't missed a free throw this evening. Now the 4th Lithuanian player in double figures. Missed again. Wow, Lithuania having some issues here. Fredriksson looking to kick out to somebody. Laplasik, Linusson still has it. Big man throws it down. And now it's a 2-possession ball game. Can Lithuania hang on? Or can Iceland do the impossible? Having been trailing by 21, Žemaitis hasn't missed a 3 tonight. Finally misses one. Iceland come up with it. Incredible. Any bucket now will make it a 1-possession ball game. You feel like a 3-pointer might be coming. There it is. Oh, baby! Elva Fredriksson brings life, hope back to Iceland. You couldn't write this. As Lithuania did to Great Britain in window 1, Iceland are trying to do the same to give them a taste of their own medicine. Group D is simply just exhilarating and exciting. And Rimas Kurtinaitis, he must be thinking, my oh my, did we awaken the giant in the fourth quarter? These Lithuanian players, they cannot believe it. They were up by 21 points. They should have buried this game in the fourth quarter. But Iceland, it's a never say die attitude with this team. But is it enough? They're still down by 2. 29 points, 6 assists for Elva Fredriksson, and 4 rebounds. Don't call him Elva, just call him MVP, even if they lose this game. And Tryggvi Hlynnesson, even though he doesn't have a double-double tonight, 14 points, and he almost did a Shaquille O'Neal and brought the rim down with him. 102. Can Lithuania make it a 2-possession ball game? And what's incredible, Lithuanian fans, they don't seem to be phased. They're still on their feet. Brasdeikis, any foul will send either team to the free throw line. Sargionis. Brasdeikis getting that high screen, trying to find separation. Goes up with it, can't get it. Iceland's got it. They can tie it up with a 2, take the lead with a 3. And you know this man wants the ball in his hands. Are we going to OT maybe? There it is, the 3. Oh my goodness! Elva Fredriksson! He gives Iceland a 1-point lead. Will history be made tonight here at Reykjavik? Two seconds difference. Sargionis still has it, and he's fouled. And he'll go to the free throw line. And that foul is on Hlynnesson. Well, the man who saved the day against Great Britain. Look at this. Elva Fredriksson, one of 3 players to ever record a triple-double in the Basketball Champions League. What a performance with 32 points, but can Sargionis reclaim the lead? Makes the first one. And he makes the second one. And a timeout is going to be called by Iceland. They have 1 shot to win this game. You couldn't write this ending. Clearly not the same kind of game we're having in Great Britain as Italy cruising on their way to a second victory. But Iceland right now about to make history if they can get 1 final bucket. And Craig Peterson just knows they're 1 play away, 1 bucket. They could have been 1 stop away. But Ignas Sargionis, like he did against Great Britain, saved Lithuania. And you think about it, if Lithuania ought to win this game, there's 2 games Ignas Sargionis prevented Lithuania from starting 0-3 here in Group D. Plenty of time to get 1 shot off. And I think everybody knows one thing. The ball is going in the hands of 1 man, and that's going to be Elva Fredriksson. 32 points for Elva Fredriksson. He's 11 out of 20 from the field, 5 out of 6 from the perimeter. Lithuanian fan on the left, Icelandic fan on the right. Neither of them can bear to watch. 1 final play. Well, he's 1 stop away from going 2-1. Remember, Lithuania don't have any fouls to give. Paulson will inbound this. They go to Elva. Elva's got to attack. Oh, it goes out of bounds. That's going to remain Iceland ball. Well, Lithuania have a coach's challenge, I believe, so they could use it if they want. Let's have a look here. Oh no, that's definitive. That came off Rustavicius. Well, Peterson gets another chance, but only a little bit of time is taken off. 4.4. I mean, this is incredible. This is what the international basketball calendar is all about. You got to love FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. And you got to only see the atmosphere tonight here in Reykjavik just to see how much the game of basketball means to both Iceland and Lithuania. But Iceland could make history. They've come too far. Having trailed by as many as 21, they led by as many as 10 in the first quarter. And it doesn't want to be the same story that we saw at the Eurobasket. Coming closer and closer, but just never able to get over the final hurdle. It was Elvar Fredriksson with that final shot in Georgia, in Tbilisi, that could have sent them to the FIBA World Cup in 2023. It wasn't meant to be. But can they do one final play to make history and defeat Lithuania? Down by 1. And how many times did we see those looks of anxiety from those fans in Katowice, Poland at the last summer at the Eurobasket? Will it be joy for Iceland? Will it be despair for Lithuania? Paulson will inbound this. Here we go, fans. Here we go. Got to get it inbound. Fredriksson goes behind the back. Goes up for it. Ah, baby! Good night, Iceland! Elvar MVP Fredriksson has done it. Down 21, but together, collectively, they found a way, and they came back and won it. A game for the ages. Build a statue of Elvar Fredriksson in Reykjavik, a national hero. Incredible scenes. They came from behind, having trailed by 21 points. The never say die Icelandic attitude. Unbelievable. Well, you couldn't write that ending. 34 points from Elvar Fredriksson. Only 2 players in double figures. Trygve Hlynnesson with 14. Job done. And while Lithuania out-rebounded Iceland, Iceland had 1 final assist. 1 more, I should say, but 10 steals. They had 1 more turnover than steals tonight. Incredible scenes. Wow, Elvar Fredriksson, build a statue of this man in Reykjavik, a national Icelandic hero. They knew the ball was going in the hands of 1 player, and that was the MVP. He did it. He won the game, and they just cannot believe what happened here this evening. Group D is simply unpredictable. Convincing victory tonight for the Italians in Great Britain. And it will be Iceland now who will go top of Group D, having defeated Italy in the opening game on the road. They've never been to a FIBA Basketball World Cup. Will they make history? It's only window 2. It's only the beginning. There's another game for this team. Truly incredible scenes. And you just couldn't, I'll say it again, I sound like a broken record. You couldn't write this ending. Well, they gave Lithuania a taste of their own medicine. And maybe that was the catalyst. The 4-point play, and then the second one that cut it down to 8 points. And even when they got it back to 10 points, Hlynnesson just came and tried to rip the rain down like Shaquille O'Neal. And there was another 3. That made it a 2-possession ball game. He was unconscious tonight. 6 out of 7. And another one. Well, Elva Fredriksson gave Lithuania a taste of their own medicine. Build a statue of this man in Reykjavik, an Icelandic national hero. What scenes tonight. And listen to these Icelandic basketball fans. Hope remains alive, optimism to qualify for the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. It's only window 2, but it's a monumental win for them. Convincing victory tonight for the Italians on the road against Great Britain, winning 93-57. And because Iceland defeated Italy, they will remain top of Group D. Still another game for all these 4 teams here in window number 2. But my word, what an incredible atmosphere tonight here in Reykjavik. Congratulations to Iceland. Well, for now, fans, it's good night, goodbye, God bless from Reykjavik. More games here in window 2 of the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers.